Hello, this is Diana from Single Pringle Show, and welcome to the H.E.R Network on ZINGOTV channel 251. Please remember to download both the Barn Burner and ZingoTV apps in their respective app store on iOS and Android devices. While you download, make sure to rate and leave a comment. Both apps are absolutely free. Zingo TV is also available on Google Chromecast, Amazon Fire, and Fire TV sticks. Roku and Roku sticks also on all smart TVs 2016 forward. Hi, my dear listeners. Hope your Halloween went spooky enough yesterday. Today is the first day of November. Can't believe that 2020 is coming to an end. December is almost on the way, and there are holidays ahead, Christmas, New Year, and 2021. Well, hope all challenges will be behind us. In the last episode of Single Pringle, I ran you through the agenda of the show and its contents. Today's episode is going to be about the most popular misconceptions about online dating. The statements will be retrieved from different online sources, but of course, I will credit them. So, shall we start? The first one, by far the most popular opinion about dating apps is that it's only for people who are not looking for anything serious. That is the first misconception. Well, dating apps are designed for people who want to meet people in the first place. They don't care essentially about your intentions unless you use these apps and pay for premium features. They get their profit. But when it comes to users, they can take advantage of those apps in the ways that they please and like, whether they want to find something casual or they want to seriously date. There are a bunch of dating apps and websites, but not one says you will find something serious here. Well, except for Hinge, which motto is designed to be deleted, but we all know it's just a marketing catch. So that's why these dating apps can't guarantee you will find a boyfriend or girlfriend. Everything's in people's hands. Everything's in your hands. Dating apps are just like swimming pools or the ocean. I know it's such a weird comparison, but I don't know. It's just like comes to my mind. Like like swimming pool, like something big where you can swim and you can explore what's in the pool or in the ocean. And like if we're speaking about the ocean, like there's plenty of fish in there, if you know what I mean. And that's actually one of the reasons why people don't rush to commit to another person, because their options are open and limitless. It's like they're shopping in the mall, you know? However, there was a study that I found on Business Insider that refutes this idea. It was conducted by Tinder, and it says that only 9% of Tinder users find it difficult to commit because of limitless options. And on the other hand, there's 42% of online of sorry, there's 42% of offline daters who find it difficult to commit in real life because of the limitless options. So here's like such a big pattern. So apparently Tinder is not the reason not to commit. You know what I'm saying? Because people who date in real life, they find it difficult to commit too, because of the limitless options. Like the reason is like the rationality is limitless options, and like If it's on Tinder, a lot of like only a few, only 9% of users think it's difficult to really commit. But in real life, people actually, like 42% of people who date in real life don't want to commit because of the same reasons, because of the limitless options. So that's pretty interesting, isn't it? So it all depends on the person and his or her goals. It doesn't depend on the app itself. If you're using dating apps and complaining that guys only want one thing there, just an example. I guess guys say that too, like girls just want one thing there. Well, guess what? Those same guys and girls you will meet in real life who would want the same thing from you. So, you know what I'm saying? So it's not about the app itself at all. Like I personally had guys who I met online who treated me 2 times better than the guys I met offline. So please be aware of this misconception because it's not true. You can and you will find something serious if you really know what you want. Second misconception is about the risk of online dating. Is it really dangerous? Like online dating can be dangerous. You know, after binge watching Law and Order SVU, I am starting to believe that this is true. Well, bad things can happen anytime and anywhere. And when you meet people online, you are taking some sort of risk because you don't really know that person well. You've never met him in real life. They could be like anyone, even a serial killer from Craigslist. I hope you heard that story. That's why it's really important to get to know that person better before you agree on meeting in real life. You can use FaceTime or a simple phone call to verify that this is a real person, not a hacker, ex-con, or underage girls and boys who are just messing around. Because that all happens, when it comes to online world. So you have to build some kind of a trust. I know that word is kind of huge, but I meant you have to trust that person in a way that you would be comfortable to go on a real date with him, with that person. Sorry. I personally haven't encountered any super dangerous dates, thank God. And I don't know anyone who has, but if you have something to tell, to share, you're welcome. But in general, I think this misconception is a little bit of what old-fashioned people would think, like our grandmas or granddads. Like, how it was back then with curfew and a lot of restrictions. People of that generation might think dating is dangerous because nowadays we don't have limits. Like we can meet whoever we want, wherever we want, and therefore the chance to get into trouble is higher. And the next misconception is everybody lies on dating apps. Damn, this one is really, really popular. Like, every person that I've met on dating apps, they always say that, like, everybody lies on dating apps. Well, I can only shrug my shoulders to that. Okay, seriously, it is common that people deceive each other online. They are given the whole virtual platform to present themselves in the best and coolest way. They exaggerate or lie about different sorts of things, starting from height to their jobs. Ladies put on a massive amount of makeup, Photoshop, and look absolutely unrecognizable. Stunning, but unrecognizable. I mean, when they put on their makeup, they can be unrecognizable. A lot of people pose in front of luxury cars that don't even belong to them. They put on expensive clothes, hire a professional to take photos of them in fancy bars, and then return the clothes and pay for photos. I actually know those people who do that, and we call them imposters. Imposters, imposter is a person who pretends to be someone else to deceive others, and they are pretending to be someone they are not. This is how they trick people into believing that they are rich, successful, cool, desirable. Why do they do that? Well, we're not judging anyone, but a lot of people would rather be fake to gain some acceptance, reassurance. They usually do that off the feeling that others wouldn't like them for being who they are. And these are all deep insecurities. And there's actually an imposter syndrome, but it's not a mental disease. It's rather a psychological pattern. There's also a dissociative identity disorder that is pretty similar to imposter syndrome. And we're going to talk about it more later on the episode about catfishes and imposters. And it's going to be later on the show, not on this episode. So, you see what we want you to see. We are in control of our own perceptions about ourselves online. The same goes for Instagram and other social media. We lie and exaggerate there too. But unfortunately, lying is not a crime. However, it doesn't mean that there are no genuine people on dating apps. They are indeed hard to find, but they exist, trust me. And these people understand that lying is just pointless. And if you really want to find something meaningful, you have to keep it real as possible. Next misconception is online dating is for desperate losers. I admit I used to be one of those people who had that opinion about online dating at first. Like that was that's what was on my mind. Like, why can you just go out and talk to people in real life? Or why are you even having time for dating apps? Like, you don't have a job or what? So that was like hanging on my mind for a while before I decided to experiment and try it out for the first time. I'm a very curious person, and like if I have an opinion about something, like I feel like I need to prove whether it's close to the truth or it's not. So I went to check it. I went to dating apps. I wouldn't say that online dating is for desperate losers. No, it's not. It's for everyone. It's for everyone open to explore their options, because in real life, it's harder to meet people because you are busy with your own life. And when you're just on your phone, it's easy. I mean, you already know what you're gonna do. So online dating life is a choice, not a cry of despair. So like you can't call people who use dating apps desperate, because they are not. Although if you feel like you are desperate, because there are people like who feel desperate, but like that's not the major reason why people join dating apps. We're gonna talk about it soon. I'm saying that there are still people like who feel desperate, and they started using dating apps. So, although if you are desperate, you shouldn't show it. you shouldn't put it on display. For example, I'll give you an example. I went on a date with a guy from OkCupid. It's another dating app. Not really popular like Tinder, but still. So we got along with that guy very well. He was actually an audio engineer, and I actually tried to get him into the show to be a co-host. He really liked it, and we even made a lot of ideas for a show on our first date. Yeah, so it was amazing. But there's always a but. The thing is that he was extremely open and pushy about his intentions on the first date. Like the guy was saying that he wants to find someone to love for the rest of his life. And like there's absolutely like no, like there's absolutely no problem with guys who want something serious right away. But that's just not the right time to say that. Like, you don't know me at all, you just met me. We are literally in the middle of our first meeting, and you lay your heart on the plate. It honestly instantly gives me the impression that you don't want to love me, you just want to love someone. That was the impression that I got from him. Because like, how can you love me if you barely know me? Like, we just met. Like, you can't just throw yourself out like that. What if I'm gonna break your heart, right? I'm not gonna do that. No. Like, it sounds ridiculous. And when you say I want to treat my woman like a queen on the first date, um, it's a weird but a quick turn off for girls actually. Nobody's gonna say that, but it is a quick turn off for girls when guys say I want to treat you like queen, especially on the first date. Because first of all, girls like actions, not words. They like actions more than words. And girls are complicated, really complicated. So when we hear that the guy will treat us right, we run far away on instinct, like it's naturally. Because we are attracted to bad guys. I mean, like, of course, I'm not talking for every woman in this world. Like, the majority of girls, of young girls, are attracted to bad guys. It's only because we want to discover that soft side of a bad guy. But when a guy has already laid his cards on the table so early, like, we have nothing to discover. So that's why it's important to step up your game at the beginning of the relationship. Like, you can tell me that you can treat me like a queen later, but not on the first date. Because you just give me the impression that, like, you're just like you just want to love like anybody, and that's just not really right. um so people deliberately join dating apps to find someone they're looking for. Like, deliberately, they know what they are going for. And there are multiple reasons why they join them. So let's look at two charts that I found online. I'm gonna show my screen to you so you could see. Just give me a second here. No, that's not like Okay, just give me a second. Like, I'm struggling right now. Oh my God. Like, I don't understand why it's doing like that. Okay. I hope you can see this way. Yeah, I hope it's shown. So, these are top 5 reasons why people download dating apps. The app developing company, the Manifest, conducted a survey where they found the top 5 reasons why people download dating apps. So, as you can see, the first one is curiosity, and it's 29%. And by the way, this data is 2020, so it's fresh and new. So curiosity drives people to download dating app. 29%, sorry. So we're all curious to see what's in the sea, like what's in the market, who can I pull, who can't I pull, who can I meet, can I really meet the love of my life or just somebody? The second is convenience, 19%. Dating apps are quick and easy to use, no brainer. It's on your phone, you just touch the screen a few times and boom, you have a potential date. You don't need to go out to public places, especially in the pandemic, we are stuck in our homes. So we have the access to the whole library of single people. Next, 15% of people download dating apps out of boredom. It can be relatable to people who have flexible schedules and a lot of time, a lot of free time. Like they don't know what to do, and dating apps give them entertainment. And 12% are feeling lonely and hopeless, respectively. These reasons are like, these two reasons are surprisingly at the bottom of the chart. Yeah, so it's like 12%, like the same ratio. We all have a feeling of loneliness from time to time, of course. Like there's nobody to hug, to kiss, to love. You feel devastated and think that you will never find the love that you want and need. Like you're struggling, you struggle connecting with people in real life. So you think that you can find that online. So that was a survey conducted by the Manifest. Here it's written, the Manifest 2020 Dating App Survey. Okay, so there's another survey that I want to show you. It was conducted by Psychology Today magazine. Here it is. So this is 3 Tinder motives. 13, sorry. It's specifically about Tinder statistics because Tinder is by far the most popular dating app, and that's why I picked it. So it shows like this. This chart shows factors that drive people to use Tinder specifically. So first one is amusement. Amusement, like to entertain yourself. Like you can see how many people use Tinder just for entertainment and We're not blaming anyone. Next, once again, curiosity. Like, you're just curious who's in there and what's going to happen, like what's popping. Socialize, to meet new people, make new connections. Yeah, to make some Facebook friends. I don't know why they put Facebook icon there, but that's weird. Next factor is to actually find love. Like, oh my God, can you believe it? Like, people are actually open to find love on Tinder, to make sure it really exists. And next, to boost your ego. To boost your ego. Why is there Statue of Liberty? I don't know. It might mean something. So to boost your ego, to make yourself feel popular and wanted. Distraction for distraction. Distraction, like it could be from work, school, daily routine, family, annoying people, or something else. Like everybody has their own personal reasons, right? To distract themselves. Simple flirting. Of course, simple flirting. And this can actually go to amusement part, to entertainment part, in my opinion. Meet Holy Bee. I've never heard this word ever in my life. So I looked it up and it basically means homosexuals, lesbians, and bisexuals. Like homosexuals, lesbians, and bisexuals. Very interesting term. I guess it's British. Yeah, I believe it's British. So like people use dating apps to meet Holy Bee. So meet LGBTQ plus community. But honestly, I think the perfect dating app to meet the LGBTQ to meet someone from LGBTQ community plus is Grindr. It's the dating app designed specifically for LGBTQ community plus. Pressure. Like it could be like we're talking about peer pressure, not pressure at work or something. We're talking about peer pressure or colleague pressure. For example, like your friend or colleague is constantly talking about online dating and they push you to try it out for yourself. And that is pretty common. Like that happens a lot. Like it's a simple peer pressure. Like it's like a smoking cigarette, you know, or alcohol. Next on the list is traveling. Someone is just looking for a person to travel to from a different like continent, you know, or like having long distance relationship. Yeah. Next is casualty. Casualty, like in my opinion, it has to be higher in this chart. Surprisingly, people want to find love on dating apps. Sorry, not on dating app, not on Tinder specifically. So people want to find love on Tinder more than they want something casual. I mean, there's more people wanting love than casualty. That's very surprising. But I believe that this is data from 2018, but like, you know, things could be slightly different in 2020. And here we are, almost coming to an end of the list. Forget your ex, aka rebound. Like the breakup can be frustrating and a lot of people are jumping into new relationship so early after the breakup. It is tough to forget the person you were dating, of course. Like you can't just turn off your feelings but you can turn your attention on someone new. But are you really moving on? That is the question you have to ask yourself when you're trying to date people on Tinder after the breakup. And I know a lot of people who do that. And finally, people use Tinder just to be a cool kid, as we all are, right? It actually should be the first in the chart, like to be cool. We all want to be cool. That's why we use Tinder, right? Okay. Okay, so these were charts that showed you what factors drive people to download dating apps and Tinder specifically. So the last but not least misconception that we are talking about: women hold more power in dating apps than men. I actually had a conversation about it with my Tinder date 2 days ago. It's a really arguable topic to discuss. It all started when he said that dating apps give women a lot of power and it benefits them more than men. He said it gives them validation. And I said, yes, definitely. Like, girls go on dating apps to boost their self-esteem, let's be real. And it really gives that validation, like the validation of being desired by different men. Like, it also lets us feel that we have a choice. But what interesting the interesting thing is that we actually don't have a choice. We don't have a choice. We still have the unfulfilled criteria of our perfect partner, and we also have other female competitors. So we don't have a choice. We only have a feeling, perception that we have a choice. Like, it's all an illusion, online illusion. So like, we can't get that validation in real life, so we go online where we get hundreds of messages from hundreds of guys. But still, we realize that we're not special because the same guy as a girl is messaging. Well, in this case, like, we're talking about girls, so like, we realize that we're not special because the same guy is messaging 20 other women, and it's just a matter of who's going to reply. So it is validation, but still, women have the competition as well as men. Like, there are plenty of gorgeous women on dating apps, like, very, very much. So we have a competition. However, men get validation from online dating as well. Maybe not in such a big amount as females, but they feel good when a pretty woman messages them back, and more than happy when he goes on a date with her. So I said that to the Tinder guy. It's so funny. I'm calling him a Tinder guy. I'm sorry. So I said to him that the situation is equal for both genders on dating apps. But this guy, he was persistent, and he kept arguing that pretty girls have a huge choice of guys, But once again, it is only a perception. We don't have a damn choice. It's just the idea. Like it's just the idea. It goes the same for attractive guys. Like they love the idea of many girls. They have the idea of many girls wanting them. But at the same time, we all know about their male competitors. They all know about their male competitors. So it's all about competition. Moreover, let's not forget that it's 2020, baby, and girls shoot their shots first as never before. For instance, in Bumble, another dating app, ladies have to message guys first, and guys there get more attention, in my opinion. And I remember my friend was using Bumble, and she messaged the guy and offered to meet. See, in Bumble, the guy has to swipe you so you could slide into his direct messages. But this guy, he just refused without any explanation, although my friend was attractive. That is why looks are not everything in online dating. So, we are going to have a whole discussion about how to succeed in online dating later on the show. So, those were so far the most popular misconceptions about online dating. And this show can also be heard on the Barn Burner Radio Network on its 122 platforms. The H.E.R network is part of the Barn Burner Media Network. Please check out www.barnburner.ca for all the news and programming. Barn Burner, watch it, hear it, read it, download it, and live it. Don't forget to follow me on social media platforms. It's Diana Media on Twitter and it's Diana Craze on Instagram. Thank you all for watching. I really enjoyed this episode. I hope you did too. And I'll see you next week. Same day, same time.